Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of my quick build videos. Today we are going to be showing how to build this cool picnic table, which as you can see was being used for a picnic earlier recently when we had a birthday party for somebody. But it is going to be super easy. I'm not going to show you how to build this delicious burger, but as far as this great picnic table here goes, I will show you how to build that. Super cheap, super easy. This one might actually take only 5 minutes, but we'll see. So let's head on over to build one. All right, the sun has risen. It's a beautiful day. We got some open space. As usual, I will post a link or a description of what items you need to build this in the comments of the video, but it is not much. So let's get started. The first thing we want is to get some stuff. We need some half floor panels. Let's see, we want not the half walls, we want the half floor panels. And this time, as opposed to last time we did the gazebo, we actually want to use the wood grain ones because it'll work out fine here. Change it down to medium grid size, and we actually want to resize this maybe a bit smaller. I'll show you because we're going to actually make about 4 of these. So that's a good size, and then use advanced mover to raise this up to maybe about neck level on your avatar if you're playing as an adult or something, which is a lot bigger than you may be in a normal real life, but it works out here. So once you get that, now we're going to clone this guy a little bit more. Use about 4 of these to make the actual table part. And so you get that, and once you have those two into place, you can actually just take this and clone the 2 of them, so you've already got them side by side, and put that together, and then you have the table. And that's how I resize a little bit. If you don't, it just becomes pretty massive, which if that's your thing, that's your thing. That's fine. So now we have the tabletop. Now we'll start making some of the supports, and for these we'll use the rectangular beams, and we will use, I believe this first one is the wood grain one. Yep, so that's the wood grain rectangular beam we want. So we'll resize that down to about that size, and then rotate this along this axis to get it to about that. So maybe about 3 turns at a medium, and then slide it into place here. It should not be visible to the top. If it is, go ahead and scoot it down a little bit, and you kind of want to do that anyway, so that actually this angle might be a little too much. So let's go this angle down a notch. There we go. And that way when you do move it into, it connects with both the table and the sand. I think that's fine. Now that we have that in place, we'll clone that and move one to the other side. Perfect, right in place. You don't want to go all the way to the edge of the table, just so it has a little bit of overhang. And it doesn't really need to be the same on both sides because you're not going to look at both sides at once anyway. So anyway, now we have that in place, we'll clone it again, and then we're going to want to rotate that so it'll be the same angle but on the other side. You can tell when it kind of creates that X there. The move will take it up down to here, and now we got that in place pretty much the same on the other side. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact either. We'll clone this and move it down here, and good. Now we have the 4 legs. Now we're going to make the cross beams where we're going to put our seat. So we can just clone this again, and then get into your advanced rotate and make this parallel to the ground. And it's already at a pretty good spot, but we need to have about 3 of them to cover the length. So to clone this, you do advanced move over here, then clone it one more time, and advanced move, and now we have the beams going all the way across. You can eyeball it to see if it's about equal distance. Yep, perfect. And now if we switch to advanced dragger, we should be able to select all of these. It should, if you hold the control button and you select all of them, you get all 3. Clone that and move. Oops, I have it cloned. We want to advanced move and drag that over to the other side and line it up with there. And now we've easily done the same thing on the other side. And now, if you manage to not kind of like space these out right, you can mess with this a little bit if you want, but you can't really tell that it's not and perfectly flush when you're looking at it from any kind of distance. So I wouldn't spend too much time on it. But now we'll take one of these panels and clone that. Just because it's already oriented the right way, we're going to make this into seating. But we'll actually probably want to resize this a little bit because it's just really wide. So maybe that's pretty much a good size there. You just scale it down a little bit more than the top. And when you do, then you want to bring this and lay it on there and kind of make it go all the way out to where the top of the table is as well. You can kind of just eyeball that. Once you have it in place, clone it again. And we'll just, use the clone tool to make this long enough to make the bench seating. Again, meeting down here. There it goes. And again, switch to the default dragger. Select all three holding the control key, clone, and then advanced move the cloned seat over to here, and look at that, you are done. Well, you're done with that part, but in order to make it functional, if you wanted to stand on it, that's one thing, but now you can do is shrink some chairs into there so you can actually sit on it. And we'll go, since it doesn't matter, we're going to not see this, we'll go with the cheapest one available, the $6 chair. Sit on it once, make sure it's the orientation you want. So this is actually facing the other side, so what we can do is just, bring this over to here, shrink it with the default dragger to as small as it can go to where it's just Ant-Man size there, and then move that up into your bench. And so you want it kind of maybe on like near where the crease is, and you've got near where the seam is in the wood, and you can tell with your kind of y-axis arrow where it is. Sink it just so it's below, so it's not visible, but you're going to sit right on top of it when you do. If we'll put two of these on each side, then so we'll put one here on this side, then clone it and move one to this side. And so now you can see if you sit here, boom. And now do the same thing on the other side, and you are set. And then, just add the decorations you want, or food, whatever kind of things you want, and you've got yourself a nice little picnic table. So, see, told you, super quick, super easy, really fits good outdoor decor. Hope you liked it. Subscribe, comment if you have any other things you want to see, and I'll talk to you guys soon.